All right. Good afternoon, everybody. We have, workout 85, I believe it is. Mounting lots of workouts. One of these days, when I'm sitting by a pool, I'll go through and relabel them and write the workouts, and we can all put our hands together and efforts together and make a nice little workout video for the world. But anyhow, that's another day. Today's workout kind of has the similarities as far as the rhythm to the past workouts we've done, but it also has different things to do. Today, as promised, we have a right hip circuit. We'll have a left hip circuit. We have our two movement upper bodies to do, blah, blah, blah. We have a lot of work coming away. When you're ready, if you are able to start with weights, cool. If you're not able to start with weights, cool. We have 40 total squat presses. That's 20 revolutions. What it looks like, whether you have weight or not, and I know it feels like we just started this thing, right? We have a warm-up workout circuit, so it's workout components with safer warm-up things. You've got your squat, hips, booty. When you come out of it, get up on your tippy toes. Hips, booty. Eyes, and then tippy toes. Again, whether you want to have weight or not, I currently don't have weight, but I'm going to add weight throughout the circuit. 40 total squat calves is also 20 revolutions. So it'd be 20 squats and 20 calves. We're gonna eventually do 40, 30, 20, 10, eventually, separated by our standing scissors, standing runners, and jack LaLannes. We'll then go on the ground for a right hip circuit and our fly press. We'll do something in the middle to stimulate the brain and the body. And then we'll have a left hip circuit with our pullover press. Anyhow, we have a lot of work to do. Hips. Glutes. Eyes. Remember when I say the word eyes, it's all about looking out in front of you, not looking down, not looking up. Neutral spine. People are like, oh, you gotta stay really tall. Well, no, that really tall position isn't a neutral spine either. Hips. Glutes. Gotta get tall, get up on those toes. 40 total movements or 20 revolutions. When you get done, you've got your 20 standing scissors. Legs straight, arms straight, torque, and leverage on your standing scissors. Stretch out those muscles you were just squatting with. Stretch out those muscles that you sit on and work with. And stretch out those things that your mama gave you. Hammies, glutes, lower back. You got balance, you've got mobility, you've got torque, you've got leverage. 20 total standing scissors. A little blood flow, a little rhythm, a little pizzazz. Remember, you can shake it off a little bit too. So this warm-up workout circuit is fairly durational with our squat calves and our 3 different movements. If you want to hold weight, please do. If you don't want to hold weight, cool. 30 total squat calves or 15 revolutions. I didn't say it earlier, but I've said it many times. 2 movement exercises like squat calves and later on your fly presses, the movements don't affect each other. It's just a way of getting more muscles, more work in a shorter amount of time. You could separate your squats from your calves completely, but the 2 done would just take more time. 30 total movements, 15 revolutions. If you're holding weight, prefer that you hold the weight up on your body. Breathe and focus. Hips. Glutes. Eyes, and thighs. 30 total movements or 15 revolutions. That is 15 squats and 15 calves. And then when you get done, you have your standing runners. Don't knee yourself in the nose. Lots of mobility. Lots of rotation. You've got a little rhythm, a little balance, a little coordination. 20 standing runners. Hips, posture, breathing, working, heart rate, and blood flow. Breathe and focus. Get a good way to move our body. You've done a lot of work this week. Friday morning, you guys are watching this. Currently it's Thursday afternoon. Muhammad is here with me. Beckett and Dax they were here. I think they're still tired. Oh no, they're back in the truck. Crazy. All right, here we go. Beckett is Dax's cousin, if you guys are wondering. 20 squat calves. Whether you have more weight or finally grabbed weight or you don't have weight, that's fine. 20 squat calves. Hips are moving a ton. Your glutes should always turn on. Your eyes is for your posture. Your thighs, and I use the word thighs, it's a reminder, it's a leg exercise, not a back exercise. Your glutes should always turn on. 20 total movements, 10 revolutions. Again, this should feel like a little bit less, because it is a little bit less. You've got your Jack LaLannes, 20 big, slow Jack LaLannes. And remember, he said it, you gotta get tall, you gotta get big, and then you go back down. I do want you to think stretching, dynamic stretching with some rhythm and some rotation. 20 Jack LaLannes. Get warm, get loose, get funky, get back up again. And as you see, I know you guys are all like, wait, Chris is not wearing a normal shirt, right? Chris is wearing pants. Whoa. This is not my normal, this is my dress up attire. I've dressed up for the day. Normally you guys see me in my normal work clothes. Alrighty, 10 squat calves or 5 revolutions. Hips, 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 hips. Glutes, glutes, glutes. Posture, posture, posture. Breathe, get tall, and then get up on those tippy toes. 10 squat calves. Hips, booty, eyes, thighs, posture, breathe, and then tippy toes. 10 total movements, 5 revolutions. When you get done, we're going to be on the ground for a while. If you have an ankle weight, put an ankle weight on your right ankle. If you don't have a weight, don't worry about it. If you really want one, you can come by here and get one. I haven't seen box of these lately. I played against sports. They're the really nice ones. But don't feel penalized if you don't have an ankle weight. I'm going to give you a rep range on all your exercises of 25 to 30 reps. So if you have an ankle weight, you might find yourself in the lower spectrum. If you don't, you'll be on the higher spectrum. We've done hip days many, many times, but it actually has been a while since we've had a hip day. Your right side is always working. And I do want to note, Muhammad, this is going to be tough. You've got some long legs. So if you need to take the ankle weight off, take the ankle weight off. We have our 6 different hips to go with our 5-set combo of fly presses this circuit. So there isn't a lot of changes except for the hips. When you're ready, laying on your left side, your right side is up. You guys have done this a million times. Clockwise circles. When you do a right hip clockwise direction circle, you could also call it front to back circles or anterior to posterior circles. Right hip is up. You're drawing a nice smooth circle, and I do mean smooth circle. If it looks like a stop sign with a bunch of jiggy jaggies, it's not a smooth circle, and it's something to think about and work on. If it looks like a square or a rectangle or some oblong looking thing, work on a nice smooth circle. 25 to 30 reps. Maybe you do 25 or 26 or 27, 28, 29 or 30. I'll take any of those numbers. And yes, it is supposed to burn. 25 to 30 is your rep range on all 6 hips. When you do your fly press here in a second, you can stay on the ground or you can go up on the ball or bench. We'll do a fly press combo, which is our 2 movement exercise for chest. Hey gentlemen, boys, a little quieter please. your fly press. Mohammed, keep doing your thing, right? Keep doing it if you're not there. You're on your fly press. Do you get 25 to 30? You can lay on the ground, you can lay on the ball, you can lay on the bench. Your first set of fly press is 10 total reps or 5 revolutions. We are going to do a pyramid today on our fly press. Shoulder blades, shoulder blades, shoulder blades, chest pulling, and then a nice smooth push. You can change your hand position on your push if you want to, but I want a nice smooth push. 10 total reps, 5 revolutions. It's not going to take very long, which means you didn't rest your right hip very long. 10 total reps, 5 revolutions. Back it, back it. Shh. Thank you. I'm babysitting. When you are done with your 10 total movements or 5 revolutions, you're going to do counterclockwise circles. That is the other direction. All you know when we do these hips, those first 3 rounds are tough. I'd rather start with the first 3 clockwise circles, counterclockwise circles, and single lateral leg lifts because they burn. And I'd rather you do them a little bit fresh versus doing them when you're tired, because then you start to use other things. I don't want you to use your glutes. You guys always use your glutes. I don't want you to use your back or your quads or your hamstrings. I'm trying to get those hip muscles turned on. When you do counterclockwise circles, that is posterior to anterior or back to front, but it's still a smooth circle. 25 to 30 reps is your rep range. After your 25 to 30 reps, you're on your fly press again, but it's 20 total movements or 10 revolutions. We have done pyramids many, many, many times. Why? Weight maintenance on the way up. You stimulated the motion, right? You started that motion earlier. We didn't spend a lot of time on that first round, but as you go up in reps, your job, your goal is to maintain load. Whether you maintain load via physical weight or you're maintaining load via slow motion, I want you to maintain the load of the exercise. 20 total movements or 10 revolutions. That'd be 10 flies and 10 presses. Remember, you can stay on the ground the whole time if you want to, between your fly presses and all your hips. But if you ever want to lay on something else on your fly presses, again, you can get off the ground and lay on a bench or a ball. When you get done with your 20 total movements or 10 revolutions, you're going to lay on your side for the last time, this side, and do single lateral leg lifts. What do I look for? Your leg is straight. It doesn't need to be locked straight, but your leg is straight. Your toe is pointed in front of you. You're literally not letting your toe point up or point down. An easy way to do this is that you're leading with your ankle bone. If I say your heel, people tend to drop the toe. I want your toe to be pointed in front of you. You're leading with the flat of your foot or your ankle bone. 25 to 30 single lateral leg lifts. It doesn't need to be huge. It needs to be slow and steady. 25 to 30 reps. I'm not saying this should be done, but you know I like to talk to you guys a little bit. Clockwise circles and counterclockwise circles, they were hard, they burned, they turned everything on. You establish the tone of the workout doing our hips. The other hip exercises we'll do, they should feel a little easier, but you've already used them a little bit. Mohammed, you feel that? Good. 30 fly presses is the peak of your pyramid, or 15 revolutions if you want to count, 15 total rounds, 30 total movements. We're going to go up the pyramid with the intent of maintaining load via motion and time and weight. And we go down the pyramid, it's can you get back to the weight you had, or can you make the increases? 30 total movements, or 15 revolutions. Breathe and focus. Again, as you guys know, these are a little slower, they're a little bigger. We warmed up the body with squat, calves, and some movements. We're gonna have our ab circuit coming up soon with our other movements before we do that left side circuit, blah, 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 blah. When you're ready, after your 30 total movements, you're on your hands and knees for donkey kicks. I'm not too concerned about that in, however, I definitely want the up and back. Cool if you can go in a little bit, but don't move your body a whole bunch. Your hips will work when your body is still, when your body isn't moving. On donkey kicks, your glutes want to help out and your hamstrings want to help out. Try to make it an upper glute, your posterior hip, right above your butt, right below your back. Easier said than done. 25 to 30 donkey kicks, up and back. Definitely want motion. I don't want your body to move. You're not creating momentum. Hey Dax, can you smack right back in? Some right hips, no big deal, a little bit of work. After your donkey kicks, we're gonna go down the pyramid, so we're gonna do our 20 flying presses again. Are you able to increase weight? Cool. If you're not able to increase weight, cool. Are you gonna get back to the weight that you had? Anyhow, 20 fly presses. We've done these things before. It's 10 total revolutions. Shoulder blades, definitely start the motion on both. On flies, it's your bigger, slower, wider, pulling chest exercise. On your press, it is a smoother, pushing exercise. Notice it didn't say smaller or faster. Shoulder blades, shoulder blades, shoulder blades, wide, pulling, breathing. Shoulder blades, smooth, pushing. 20 total reps, 10 revolutions. Breathe and focus. Laying on the ground is great. It's a training tool for the width of exercise. Laying on a ball, you would incorporate stability. You would have a little more motion. Laying on a bench could be stable or could be instability. And again, you could have more motion. Those are good things and bad things, right? If you want to get out of your position, so be it. After your 20 total movements or 10 revolutions, you're on your hands and knees for the last time this side. As you know, we'll do the left side the way we do the right side. By your hydrants, I want your leg to go out. I want your knee to go out. I also want your lower leg to be parallel to the ground. Your knee, your foot, and your hip are basically in the same plane when you have completed the upward phase of that motion. Don't move the upper body. If I move my upper body, it's not a hip exercise. I am moving my hips. My lower body is moving with my hips attached to them. On the fire hydrants, your leg goes out. Notice I don't talk about up. When I say up, most times people drop their feet. I want that leg to go out. 25 to 30 fire hydrants. Get your leg out. And as you know, we're not in a hurry on these things. It's kind of nice to not have to completely get on and off the ground. However, if you want to, with your fly presses, to not be on the ground, cool. You've already kind of completed the starting process of getting off the ground on your donkey kicks and fire hydrants. You'll be on your last set of fly press, 10 total reps, 5 revolutions, and then you'll get to stay laying on your back for your front raises, whether you're on the ground or not. You can do front raises laying on your back anywhere, probably safer on the ground. 10 total fly presses, 5 revolutions, big, slow, wide pulling exercise, smooth on your pushing exercise, chest the whole time. Your shoulders want to help, your triceps want to help. Let's make it a chest exercise, not those other things, please. No rush. When you get done, we're going to be laying on our back for our anterior hip front raises. And again, I don't want you to be in a hurry. It is your last hip. You'll then take off that ankle weight. We're going to have an ab core circuit per se with some movements. And then we'll do the left hip with a different 2 movement exercise. Laying on your back. Your knee is slightly bent. Your toe is pointed out. But you don't go out with your foot. You're leading with the flat of your foot. That toe is pointed out. Knee slightly bent. Mohammed, get that toe pointed out that cardio wall. Point that toe out the other way. Just that right toe. Point that toe to the cardio wall. There you go. Knee slightly bent. Toe pointed out. You have 5 anterior hips. You use 2 or 3 of them a lot with all of our lunges and squats and walking and our scissors and runners and swimmers. Opening that hip up a little bit gets down to those deep hip flexors that are hard to get. But when you twinge those, zing those, they're the ones that stick around for a while. After your 25 to 30 right anterior hips, if you have an ankle weight on, take it off. We'll be doing an ab core movement circuit to get the body stimulated a little bit. Okay? Don't go any faster. It's not the idea. Your abs are going to replace the 40, 30, 20, 10 we did earlier. When I say abs, you can do sit-ups, you can do reverse crunches, you can do V-ups, you can do toe touches. I'm going to be here. You can lay on a ball on your sit-ups. You have those exercises. Our scissors round 1, runners round 2, and swimmers round 3 will be on the ground like you did the standing ones earlier. So, 40 abs. I will mix up my abs just so you can see them all. You've got sit-ups. Your upper body is moving on your lower body if you want them. You've got reverse crunches. Your lower body is moving onto your up body if you want them. Both of them, neither of them create momentum. You've got V-ups, your bigger, harder ab. Notice I didn't say better. It's that gauge to how you're feeling. Or toe touches. Make sure you slow those down. 40 abs, and then you're going to do 20 scissors laying on the ground. Earlier, you did your 20 scissors standing up. Again, you've got sit-ups, or reverse crunches, or V-ups, or toe touches for your abs. They're going to eventually be 40, 30, 20, 10. When you get down to your 40, do 20 scissors. After your 40 sit-ups or reverse crunches or V-ups or toe touches, you've got your big sit-up scissor if you want to maintain that intensity, or you have your big non-sit-up scissor. Remember, both are big. I want big, whether it's the sit-up version or the non-sit-up version, it's big. Only 20. I don't want to annihilate your abs by any means, but I definitely want to get after your abs and your core. Your abs are 40, 30, 20, 10. Eventually, you have 20 scissors, 20 runners, and 20 swimmers eventually. Then we'll get that left hip with our pullover press circuit. That'll sound like earlier. And yeah, lots to do. And of course, if we have time, we'll do just a little bit more at the end. I don't expect we're gonna have too much time though. After your 20 scissors, we're not in a hurry, but if you want to ramp it up, you can. You've got 30 abs. You're technically on a really big superset. You'll have done 40, 30, 20, 10 is 100 total abs, and 20 scissors, runners, swimmers is 60 abs core. So it's a nice little 160 ab core circuit. Breathe and focus. Breathe and focus. 30 on your ab. Reverse crunch, or sit up, or V up, or toe touch. I don't mind if you have a little pace and intensity in this circuit, but your pace and intensity comes from really big, challenging ab motion, and it might come from minimizing your rest. Our pace comes from a lot of things, but it does not come from lifting fast. We've talked about that many times. 30 abs, and then you're on 20 runners. Runners from the ground, motion, you're supported, you might have more contraction. Great for you, it's the concentric exercise. Runners from the up, you've got the isometric position, and you work on lengthening. Both have that rotation, both are lengthening. One starts from the supported down, and one starts from the isometric up. 20 slow runners, please. Get it done. Have a little fun. When you're done with your 40 sit-up, 20 scissor, 40 ab, 20 scissor, 30 ab, 20 runner, you'll then be on 20 abs. You can do sit-ups, you can do reverse crunches, you can do V-ups, you can do toe touches. Your pace comes from a little intensity on your reps. Your pace comes from maintaining your load and motion and focus. However, pace also comes from not resting or minimizing your rest. But you need to acknowledge this is 160 abs and core. So round 3 is 20 on your abs, the bigger ones, and then you'll do 20 swimmers. You could be on your hands and knees. You could lay on your stomach. Remember, I'm always trying to be a little bit ahead of you. I'm not trying to be a lot ahead of you, just a little bit ahead of you. When you get done to 20 abs, you have 20 swimmers. Hands and knees, motion, mobility, balance. Challenge that motion, right? Big. You can lay on your stomach and be supported, and you might have more contraction. Upper back, middle back, lower back, glutes, mobility of spine and hips. It's also a great way to rest those abs for a second. After your 20 swimmers, you'll be on your 10 abs. So there is a little bit more abs to do. But sometimes your abs get tired and you force the motion. That's when it goes to your back and your hips. So let's not use your back and hips. Almost done with the circuit. 40, 30, 20, 10 on your formal hard abs, 20 on the scissors, 20 on the runners, 20 on the swimmers. You will finish the circuit with 10 abs. If you had an ankle weight on, put your ankle weight on your left leg. If you don't have an ankle weight, don't worry about it. Abs to finish off the 160 abs and core. Alrighty, we're getting there. What am I doing? I gotta turn around. When you are ready, you're gonna be on that left hip. I'm not saying you should be there, but when you're ready, you're on the left hip. We're going to be starting with our clockwise circles. Becca, what are you doing? Becca. Becca. Thank you, sir. Left hip clockwise circles. We did it earlier on the right hip. I want smooth circles. But left hip clockwise is actually the opposite of right hip clockwise. You've got your posterior to anterior, or your back to your front. And all you guys have done this so many times, I know you have the expectations of good motion, good burn. We don't do it very much, but it's good for you. But I'm denoting you always have a difference in your sides. Your right side is going to be different than your left side. Personally, my left side is very strong. I plant on it when I jump. If I'm going to do something with power, I plant on it, and then I kick something, not my children for the most part, with my right leg. My right leg is more finite, so my right hips are more mobile, more activated. They don't feel as hard as when I do my left hips. But my left leg is way stronger when I do my quads, hamstrings, glutes, squats, lunges. But it's way, way worse. 25 to 30 on your left hip clockwise circles. You're then going to lay on something, round, ball, or bench, and you'll have your pull over press. Like earlier, we're going to do a pyramid. 10 total movements is also 5 revolutions. Dax, where's Becca? Hands are up. We've done pull over presses before. Lengthen your lats, and then pull with your lats, and then push. Most people think this is easier, and I'll give you that on the push. Your lat pullovers is one of the longest lengthening exercises, so I really need you to focus on that long lengthening motion. The push is always going to feel a little smoother, partly based on the possible tools you have. So a 45-pound plate isn't the same as 20-pound dumbbells, right? The balance and the position of it are different. Anyhow, the pull over is the longer, bigger, challenging. The push might feel smooth and easy. 10 total reps or 5 revolutions. You're then back to that left hip. I'm not saying you need to go faster. That is not the intent. However, you're going to find yourself burning pretty good. Left hip clockwise circles. Nice, smooth circle. If it's hitchity and jiggity and jaggedy and not a smooth circle, it's not a bad thing. Nothing's wrong. But you do have a mechanical, right? You have an activating issue. Something to think about. Something to practice. It doesn't cure itself overnight. It just means that maybe on a warm-up day, on a day that you're getting ready for class, you do some of these circles as a warm-up. Like I already told you, I fessed up. My left hip is way weaker than my right hip. So how do I catch it up? You just do it a little bit, once a week. Just go do a set or two of the circles. It doesn't need to be the whole dang hip routine, but you do the ones that really stick out to you. Left hip clockwise circles, counterclockwise circles, 25 to 30 reps. You'll then be on your 20 pull over press or 10 revolutions. Remember, you can lay on the ground, you can lay on a ball, you can lay on a bench, but you've got your pull over press. Lengthen, 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 contract, breathe, and push. Reach as far as you can reach. Your arms are not perfectly straight. However, you don't bend and straighten your arms. That's a tricep exercise. Lat pullovers. You want to reach. You want to lengthen. You want to contract and pull. 20 total movements or 10 revolutions. Breathe. Focus. Lats. And on that push, you've got a little chest, you got a little triceps, you got a little shoulders, a little movement, a little activation. Not saying you should be done, but when you do get done, you're going to be on your right side, laying on your right side for the last time today. You have that left side single lateral leg lift. Remember, I'm not looking for a lot of things. I'm not looking for you to create momentum. Don't create momentum. Don't exert. I'm looking for your leg to be pretty much straight. It doesn't need to be locked. I'm really looking at your toes, your feet. I want your toes to point in front of you, not up, not down. You're leading with your flat of your foot or your ankle bone. Single lateral leg lift, 25 to 30 reps. Left side is working, left side is burning. Breathe and focus. My left hip. After you get done with the 25 to 30 single lateral leg lifts, you're on the peak of the pyramid on your pullover presses. Already, just to let you know, that is a 35-pound bar, just to let you know. All the other bars are 45 pounds. That's a 35-pound bar. Just let you know. When you get done with that single lateral leg lift, peak of the pyramid on your pull-over press. My challenge to you, as always, slow, big, long, lengthening motion, contract and rotate and pull. One of the longest motions in the gym is a lat pullover. That with your fly, a reverse crunch, a stiff-legged deadlift. Those are all long, lengthening, pulling exercises. All exercises have a lengthening component. Those are just longer and require more focus, or you're going to hurt yourself. The presses that you're doing has a lengthening component. You're lengthening your chest and your anterior deltoids, but it's minimal. It's there. You feel it. Breathe and focus. "30 total movements or 15 revolutions." Again, nice steady day. Feels good. You guys been working hard lately. You had 7 workouts in a row with exertion, intensity, agility. I didn't say they're the hardest workouts in a row, but a lot of impact throughout those workouts. A lot of similarities. And of course, if you don't do agility things, you're doing things without impact. So a great way to slow it down a little bit and have a good workout. You'll be on your hands and knees for the first time this circuit. Donkey kicks. You're going up and back. I don't mind the end. I don't mind a little bit of an end. I don't need a major knee drive because then I curl up too much. You want to have a nice good posture, nice good position. Don't let your upper body move. You're pushing up and back. Well, you could say it's pushing and pulling actually. Your posterior hips be pulling. If you're talking about your hips, You are pushing your leg up and back. So it'll be a pushing quad. It'll be a pushing glute, a pulling hip. So many things. But mentally you're pushing your weight up and back on your pulling posterior hips. 25 to 30 donkey kicks. We're then going to go down that pyramid on your pull over press. Our donkey kicks are great. Donkey kicks are thorough. Your hamstrings and glutes love to help out. Hopefully let it be a posterior hip. When you get done, remember you can lay on anything, ground ball or bench, you can lay on anything. You've already kind of started getting off the ground with your donkey kicks, so if you want to be off the ground, cool. You're on your 20 pull over presses, 10 revolutions. We're going down that pyramid. Lengthen your lats, contract your lats, smooth push. Reach, reach, reach. Pull, 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 let it go and push. 20 total movements or 10 revolutions. All done, turn off. When you get done with your 20 total pullovers or 10 revolutions, you're going to be on your fire hydrants. We are almost done. 25 to 30 on your fire hydrants. You'll have your last pullover press. We'll have the one more anterior hip, and then that's probably going to be it, but I'll take a peek at that time. But we're probably going to be there, and I love it. Good work. Happy Friday. Well, most of you guys do this on Friday, but some people do it other days too. Muhammad's on Thursday. Fire hydrants. That leg is going out. Remember, I don't say knee goes up, because then I see the foot drop. So take a peek if you want to, but your hip, your knee, and your ankle wind up in the same plane. Keep that upper body as still as possible, aka don't move your upper body. Your leg goes out. Your knee goes out. But your foot, your knee are in the same plane the whole time, and they wind up in the same plane as your hip when you get up there. 25 to 30 fire hydrants. It'll go with your last pullover press. You'll have the one more hip to do. When you've gotten done, you'll have done 150 to 180, depending on your rep range, each side on your hips. It's a lot of hips. You had your fly press, pull over press. We had our squat calves earlier with our movement. You had your 160 abs core in the middle. I didn't say it was an easy workout. Definitely a nice thorough workout. When you are ready, you've got your last 10 pull over press. 5 revolutions. Maybe it's the same weight, maybe it's heavier, maybe you're laying on something different. You can lay on the ground, ball, or bench. Separate your motions, pull over, and press. 10 total movements, 5 revolutions. When you get done, you're laying on your back for your anterior hip front raises. Again, not saying you should be there, but when you get there, that knee is slightly bent, that toe is pointed out. I hear it all the time. Is it like kicking a soccer ball? I mean, yeah, the ball's not going to go very far. You're not creating momentum or power. That foot is open, but this is a hip exercise. So I want to say the answer is no, because if I did this, trying to kick a soccer ball, I'm going to blow out my hips. There's definitely a lot more quad, a little more flexion extension at the knee when you kick a soccer ball, but you have a similar looking position. Nice, good breathing. Knee slightly bent, toe pointed out, 25 to 30, anterior hip, front raises. Nice, good motion. Oh, I like it. I like it. Good, thorough workout. I never use the word easy. There's harder ones, there's simpler ones, there's thorough ones. Oh my goodness, good timing today. Now, you can totally be done. Muhammad's not going to be done. He's got a couple things to do before I let him leave. But you can totally be done. You've also done a ton of agility, a ton of exertion, a ton of these things. If you don't have a lot of energy but have time, stretch for 3 to 5 minutes. If you have some energy and have some time, do cardio to 5 to 8 minutes. What a great day to, not going to do it, but what a great day to do 5 to 8 minutes of cardio. Go burn 100 calories. Go run a mile, something like that. It's also a great day. Muhammad's going to finish with our oblique circuit because I got to teach him all the obliques to do. Anyhow, if you have time, either stretch or cardio, and I will see you all on Monday morning live. And of course, anybody that does this recorded, let me know if you have any questions. I wanted it to be a hip day with some work. Have a great day.